Sponsored by Easy Cool Flames, only available on eBay. Check it out. Alright guys, welcome to another edition of Trails of Doom. Today we're going to talk about filming paintball first person. As you know from my videos, I love doing this. I mean, it's just so cool to shoot your buddy, but it's even more cool to shoot your buddy and get it on video. So years ago I started out with the original action cams, and I tried on the left side, on the right side. I tried everywhere. I put them up on top. I tried every mount I could think of, and this by far is the best mount that I have found. And all I did was I took my contour Rome, you can get these for about $100, and the furnished tape mount, mounted that right to the visor of my Flex 8. I drilled a couple little tiny holes here for zip ties that run through, that hold the back of it in place so it doesn't move around. And the reason why I always recommend the Contour versus the GoPro, the new GoPro has a lot of issues with the memory card. Everybody that I know that has them has played games and lost their entire day's worth of footage because the memory card flaked out on them. And this is high-end class 10 cards. I mean, you got to remember that thing's filming at such a high resolution rate that it's just more than the cards can handle at this point. So this for $100 just makes sense. I film it in 720 HD, and that is 170 wide angle, so it's a really wide angle. I've got a fisheye lens on this camera and I'm standing really close to it, and that's what you get with the wide angle lens. It does fisheye it to a degree, so when you get up real close it looks strange because it flares out and you can't see very far away. I mean, here I'm 10 feet away and it looks like I'm 25 feet away. So that's the thing you have to remember when you're filming first person is, unless you're really close to the person, you're not going to see who you're shooting at. So for a first person camera, this is by far, I think, the best way. The slide switch is critical, so you just flip it forward. If you watch my videos, you see me reaching up there a lot. That's checking to see if it's recording or not. Because sometimes I'll turn it on and I'll forget, and oh man, is it on? And I'll reach up there and you can feel right away and know if it's on. And with the cameras that just have a button that you press, you don't for sure know if it's recording or not. So it's just, I like the slide switch personally. It's a personal preference. I play with mine like this with no cover on it. I put a windscreen on mine just with tape and some fabric, and that way you don't pick up wind noise when you're running. But other than that, this is a stock Contour Rome, the original one that came out. It works great. Now if you want to film and see what you're shooting, you got to go with the ZoomCam system. I did a build thread on this on my Blip TV account, so if you go to my Blip TV, it's linked on my YouTube page. I have a how to build your own ZoomCam, and go check that out. I talk about how I built this one, and it works really well. And the reason it works well is because I'm filming I've got a nice high-end Sony camcorder, and this one has 30 times optical zoom, and I have it zoomed in 15 times when I'm playing. So you got to make sure it's one that will flip around and stay on like that when you're recording. But as you can see, the targets down there, I mean, they're really far away from us right now, but I can point right at them, and when I'm firing you can see the paintball flying through the air and you can actually see it hit. And that's the cool thing about filming paintball, is being able to actually see the hits. So that's how I do it with my ZoomCam system. It's a real lightweight. This whole system weighs probably around 1.5 pounds, so it's not much weight on the camera. It's a little weird looking when you see it. People are always like, what's that thing on the front of your gun? Well, that's my ZoomCam, so you can see me hitting people. And without it, you know, action cams just don't show the distance that you need, so you really got to go with something with zoom and optical zoom. If you get digital zoom, I tried tons of digital zoom cameras, and it's just taking that original image and zooming in on it, so the resolution is just dropping every time you do it. So that's how I do it, and this works really well. One of the things that people think when they, you know, like there's a lot of people that are doing the little camcorder on the back of their scope, and that works. You got to get the angle right, and that's one of the hardest things about filming paintball. When we shoot out of our barrel, our paint goes out and drops, and so it's hitting people down here. So if your camera is set flat with your barrel and the paintball is dropping down, you'll end up hitting somebody down here and the camera's shooting up here, so you won't get it on film. So you got to learn how to set that angle correct to pick up the majority of your shots. So you can't zoom in too much, because then they'll be off screen if they're close. You can't zoom in too far because then it'll just be a little tiny field and you won't get a lot of the range shots on camera. So it's trial and error. I mean, it took me years to get this to where I'm pleased with it now. I can go out and play and I know I'm going to capture every one of my kills as long as I'm not shaking around real bad or there's not something blocking my camera, you know, like a tree branch or something like that. So it's another thing you got to think about. But for me, I really enjoy playing and filming all at the same time. It adds a level of difficulty that is just fun for me. I mean, I ran handheld cameras for years and steady cams and things like that, and to me the ZoomCam, shooting your buddy in the head from 250 feet away, is just one of the coolest things that you can capture on video. So that's how I do it, and check out my Blip TV and you can see how I built my ZoomCam. Build one for yourself. It'll up your game level quite a bit. Thanks for watching.
Fire! Oh! Yeah! Yeah!